Well, obviously that was embarrassing.
Well, embarrassing would be a good word for it. 62-27 the final. That's Chris Karpman of ASUDevils.com. I'm Jared Cohen. ASU loses their first game of the season in their Pac-12 home opener. Where do we start? Two things that Coach Graham mentioned at the beginning of the week. Turnover ratio, explosive plays. Those have been the difference in the games that have decided the Pac-12 South winner. Both were losses drastically tonight for ASU.
Yeah, they harp on the turnovers every single day in practice. Mike Norvell is always saying to his quarterbacks, don't turn the ball over. Basically, the start of every practice. Mike Bercovici, his first start, we knew it was going to be key. Graham said that they needed to be +3 in this game, and they ended up -4. Bercovici had 3 of them. One of them was a great play by a little bit underthrow ball, but the second interception, Jared, was a horrible mistake. That really was where the game turned, and even Graham said that after the game. ASU at worst should have been going into halftime tied at 20-20. Instead, he throws a pick 6 with under a half minute left, and things really kind of spiraled in a bad fashion from there. And then in the other respect, the explosive plays, 240 of UCLA's 580 yards were on 3 plays from scrimmage. 80-yard touchdown where they had a missed tackle on a little hitch route. They had another 80-yard on a hitch and go where Quishy Brown got beaten on the play that UCLA's used as their #1 explosive play all season. And then they had an 80-yard run. So they scored touchdowns on all of those in addition to the return. So that's 28 points out of their 62 right there.
Mike Bercovici, though, you mentioned him briefly. First start as a Sun Devil, had some good things, had some not so good things. As you mentioned, the interception. Give me a grade of what you saw out of Bercovici in his first start.
I'd probably give him about a C+. If not for that interception at the end of the first half, he would get it somewhere in the B range. He had the fumble that was also costly. You know, he missed on some routine throws that he should have made, but he also made some really good throws. He could have run for more yards on some of the rollouts. There were some opportunities that were missed there. For a first start against a really athletic defense, though, it wasn't a horrible performance. It was something that they can build on. But that one interception at the end of the half was so costly, I don't think ASU was going to be able to come back from that.
So put this one aside, put it to bed. Up next, it doesn't get much easier. At USC, then against Stanford. How does this team need to regroup in a hurry to be ready to turn things around in those next few games, which is really the meat and the most difficult part of their schedule?
Well, the problem, Jared, is if fundamentally they have some real issues. Even if you do clean up turnovers and explosives, tonight was a very poor tackling effort. They haven't done a good job tackling throughout the season. They've made mental mistakes, alignment issues, things that a young and inexperienced defense are going to give you a really hard time overcoming that. You're going to have to win shootouts probably. So they're not going to have Taylor Kelly probably against USC. Maybe they get them back against Stanford. We'll have to see about that. But they need to get back to some fundamental things. And then the inability to impact the pass rusher. Last year they had 9 sacks against Huntley. This year they barely got to him at all, despite a pretty mediocre UCLA offensive line. Those are problems that are going to continue moving forward.
That's Chris Karpman, ASUDevils.com. I'm Jared Cohen. 62-27 again, the final here from Sun Devil Stadium on a tough Thursday night.